Hi, it's time to cook again. So we're going to make apple butter croissant pudding. It's kind of a mouthful, but it's delicious. And if you've never had apple butter, this is going to be a treat for you. So I'm just making half a recipe today, but that makes a pan this size, which is plenty for a few people. You're going to start by taking your croissants. No, I didn't make them. I just bought them. We're going to cut them in half, just like you would if you were making a sandwich. Okay, very simple. Now, in this pan that I have, if you make a full recipe, which is obviously double of everything I say, you could use a 9 by 13 pan. I have just a small oval pan here. I'm going to put the croissant bottoms into the pan, just the bottoms. Just line them in there however it fits in your pan. Okay, just like this. Okay, now I'm going to take 1 cup of apple butter, put it in a bowl. I used to have apple butter on my toast and my biscuits and everything growing up. I grew up in Missouri. You don't see apple butter too often here, but it's delicious. You should check it out. Okay, I also have 1/3 cup of raisins that I've soaked in water just to soften them a bit. I think it might be fun to soak them in something else, maybe a little bourbon or a little amaretto, but we're not doing that today. So I'm going to just drain these now because I don't want all the moisture. I just want the raisins. Okay, the raisins go in here. You just mix up the apple butter and the raisins. Very, very simple, right? This is very easy. I don't give you very complicated recipes. Who wants to deal with that? Okay, now what we're going to do is put the apple butter over the 3 croissant bottoms that we have in here. Just spread it around, nothing fancy. Make sure it gets covered. I'm sure you're going, where is she going with this? Well, trust me here. Trust me, this is going to be great. It's somewhere between a breakfast and a dessert. I'm not sure which. You can use it for either. My family eats it all day long, so it doesn't matter. Okay, now I'm going to put the croissant tops back on. Again, how simple is this? Okay, so there they are. Now, we're going to make the pudding part. I've got 4 eggs here that I'm going to just break up with my whisk. Very simple. This is really fast too. I mean, if I weren't talking so much, it'd probably go even faster, but mix up your eggs. I'm going to pour in 1.5 cups of milk. I used reduced fat. Use whatever you'd like. Probably should have gotten a bigger bowl. Okay, that's all right, we'll get it done. And then I'm going to put in 3/4 cup sugar. I didn't say it was low fat. I just said it was good. Okay, go. Try not to make too big a mess. 1 teaspoon vanilla. Of course, you know me, I always add a touch more. Can't have too much vanilla in my opinion. And just 1/8 teaspoon of salt. There's always a little bit of salt in your baking. Oh, by the way, I have the oven on. It's preheating for 350. Okay. All right. So I'm making a mess. What else is new? All right, it's pretty mixed up. Now I'm going to pour this over my croissants that are stuffed with apple butter and raisins. If you don't like raisins, don't use them, but man, I love raisins. Okay, so I'm just going to pour this over carefully, obviously. This is going to soak for 30 minutes so that all the croissants and everything soak up all that wonderful mixture. I'm going to get a little more in here. Yep, I got it all. Okay, so I'm using my hands. I'm just pushing this down. This is just set it aside for 30 minutes. Let it soak up. That's all you got to do. Let me rinse my fingers. Okay, while that is soaking, we're going to do one more thing. We're going to make a little topping for this. Okay, excuse me, let me grab my bowl. I have 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of flour, 1/8 teaspoon of salt in here. I'm going to use this to mix it up. You can use forks, whatever you want to do. I'm actually going to mix it up first. And then I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of cold butter. I'm just going to work it in until it's not finely, kind of crumbly looking, not crummy, but crumbly. Okay, let me grab my butter. It's supposed to be cold. And here we go, my favorite part. Alexa, set the timer for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, starting now.
I love doing that. If you don't like Alexa, use your timer, but 30 minutes. Okay, I'm just chopping the cold butter up a little bit, makes it easier for me. Drop it in here. And you just mix it around until the butter is kind of crumbly. Okay, so this is going to take a couple of minutes. That's going to set for 30 minutes. My oven is preheating to 350, and when it's time to put it in the oven, we'll be right back, okay? Hi, I'm back. It's been 30 minutes. I put a little cutting board on top just so the croissants would get the most coverage on the eggs. So that's set now for 30 minutes. The oven is ready. I've got my crumbly topping here, and I'm just going to sprinkle it all across the top. No particular method of this, just get it all in there. Never leave a crumb behind. Okay. And then this is going to go in the oven, and it's going to bake for 50 to 60 minutes. So this is not a quickie here. My oven, depending on your oven, my oven took about 55 minutes, but obviously you want the eggs. Hi, we're back. So it's been 55 minutes from my oven. And then you take it out, and here it is. It's delicious. It's which we will do. Can you see? Okay, I'm just going to sprinkle the rest on here. It's hot, but I'm going to try and take some out for you right now. So that's it. I'll see you back in about 55 minutes. The recipe doesn't say this, but I think you could make this overnight if you wanted to do something like the night before Thanksgiving and have this as your breakfast on Thanksgiving morning. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the steam. I know, I told you it's hot. But it's delicious. Try it. I think it's going to be too hot for me to take a bite, but let's see. Perfect. Oh my goodness. That's so good. Sorry about that, top of my head. Anyway, try it. You'll like it. It's super easy. And let me know what you think. Bye.